The following idea had came out from hearing someone talking about how he does not know why CEOs get paid so much and the workers should be have higher pay. So it's just my idea and it's not real information backing up anything. The person was talking about how the CEO does nothing to make the product, probably does not even know anything about the product. You see the workers, they make the product, they move the product, and they sell the product. What does the CEO do? Well, I do not know what the CEO does. And frankly, I'm not going to look into what the CEO does. I will say that, for the most part, the CEO salary is mostly within the correct range. Why would that be? That is because who does he serve?
Now, there are two kinds of rewards or income. One is psychic, the other is real or tangible, such as money or property. If a person doesn't like his income, all he has to do is take a good long look at his service. Our rewards will always be in exact proportion to our service. This is the law, then, that lies as the supporting structure of economics and personal well-being, so fix it in your mind. All attempts to sidestep or in any way avoid this law will result in frustration and failure. So this brings up the question, if what I want is more than I now have, how can I increase my service in order to earn it? Well, whom do we serve? We serve people. So let's take a moment to try to understand people. The more we understand them, the better we can serve them.
Earl Nightingale states, "We serve people." I would like to ask, what type of person do you serve? There are several aspects that go into what you get paid, like skills, dedication, amount of work, and who is paying you. There could be more, but I'm not putting too much thought into this. When a person flips a burger in McDonald's, who is he flipping it for? He's doing it for the general public. So he's doing it for teenagers, clerks, bricklayers, lawyers, doctors, etc. They all pay the same amount to McDonald's. McDonald's negotiate what they will pay the burger flipper one time up front normally. So the burger flipper actually serves McDonald's since they pay the burger flipper. Now for the CEO, who do they serve? The general public is not coming in and out of the CEO's office for reports, meetings, or whatever else have you. It's not the general public. Then who is it? It's investors. They serve investors. While I do not know in general what CEOs do, I do know investors think they do important stuff. Pretty much, that's all that's needed. The person that is getting the service is the one that needs to think they are getting something. You know of Madoff and Holmes that both ran scams, but they get paid a lot. Why? Because they serve investors, and the investors had a perception of what they thought they get or were going to get. We do not need to know what CEOs do since we are not who the CEO serves. Now, can we do the same thing? Sure, hypothetically, we can do the same thing. Let's stay on the service industry workers. Burger flipper and a house cleaner or hotel maid. How could they up their pay? One way is by changing who they work for. If a burger flipper went to Brad Pitt's house and flipped burgers, he would get paid way more than he would from McDonald's. I'm old and don't know the current movie stars, so you just need to know that Brad Pitt was famous back in the 1990s. This is the same for the house cleaner. Cleaning rooms for Hilton will not pay as much if you was to clean Paris's house. Besides turning the green eye to the CEOs, how can we serve investors or change our clientele? What current skills do you have that others do not know they need from you? Well, we got to learn marketing and get goodwill or a great reputation of what we do. We get goodwill by doing more than what is expected of us.
First, knowledge. This means learning everything we can about what we sell, learning everything we can about people, since that's who we sell, and learning everything we can about selling, since that's our profession. What we sell, who we sell, and how to sell. Those 3 subjects would fill a large library, but we can take things one at a time, and by devoting an hour a day to study, we can become outstanding professionals in 5 years or less. And it's the professionals in this business who can write their own tickets, good times or bad. They can live where they choose, and being professionals, work when they choose. And third, working. Working more than the average, if we're going to achieve more than average results, is necessary, of course. But with proper planning and with knowledge, it seems easy.
Have you get good service or worked with someone and seen somebody that did more than expected? How did that make you feel? What was your perception of the person? Do you want others to have that perception of you? Okay, we have to change who we serve and have goodwill. Let's first address who we serve. I've heard people say they have their own business and they would sell fake hair or Amway type products. Okay, who is buying these products? Are they investors or members of the general public? If they are not investors, are we expected to get CEO type money? We need to find something that investors want and not be too concerned about the general public. Like in my previous example of the burger flipper, he did not serve the general public, but the person with a lot of money. If you have a business or want to make a business, try serving investors or the rich. We must have a focus on who our clientele is. Now, working more than expected, which is building up the goodwill. People have an idea that CEOs do nothing. However, we also see them doing interviews, presentations, congressional hearings, and hearing how they acquired new businesses. Acquisition alone takes a lot of number crunching, meetings, knowing regulations, and much more. While I do not know the specifics of what they do, there's a great chance they do more than just 8 hours a day and go home. Do you do more than 8 hours of work a day without complaint? If you have your own business, are you working 8 hours as a worker and 8 hours as a CEO? If you want CEO pay, you have to have CEO dedication. No matter what you think somebody should get paid or don't know what someone else does not determine anything. If the direct client thinks the person should get paid X or does things well, the person gets paid accordingly. If you think McDonald's workers should get paid more, then tip them. How well is the service they provide you? I bet it's not worth them getting paid more.